Sun, moon, stars,
It's a dark night, 2-0. So, you see the beacon of light through that black hole? Greetings, suns and moons, and of course, I have to welcome back all my stars. We're going to go ahead and get into channeling this energy. Ether, show me what it is I need to see. So, happy days not being far away has something to do with a Capricorn female and the release of a toxic individual. It could be a male, however, it doesn't necessarily have to be. What I'm getting is someone's status means a lot to you or possibly a third party. And because of this, there's a distorted feminine energy dealing with a masculine male whom they chose specifically. Now, this particular male is someone that you have some sort of dealings with that stemmed from an association with a third party. Now, in the past, you may have been under some sort of tutelage that required you to be present at an institution. However, someone that felt like they had control over you lost something. And because they lost this item, they are now currently experiencing an upheaval. Now, you could be someone that is used to being alone. However, what I'm getting is this particular individual is not. And because they are not, they're currently feeling like you are someone that they need to get to know. Now, in the beginning portion of this reading, I brought up a distorted feminine female. However, this particular female is attempting to implicate you and someone else in something that they know they were involved in. What I'm also picking up is someone that you had living with you and someone that you used to know is also undergoing a transformation. Now, for some, this transformation involves where you live, and for others, this is talking about your psyche. And because of this reading is going to go left field. Now, in the past few months, an energy that you know as a Constantine was also attempting to rectify an issue. And because of this, someone that you feel is associated with Azrael is now experiencing some type of upheaval. And because of this, either you or someone close to you is going through a drastic change. Now, in regards to a soul contract that you entered into in the past, I feel strongly that this soul contract involved someone from your past life, but currently you may not feel like it does. However, what I'm picking up from this pull is that a love contract was voided out. And because it was voided out, you could be the individual that is going to encounter this person in the next season. Now, because we have so many on the fence cards, this is telling me that this is dual energy and that someone from someone else's past is going to encounter someone similar. Now, you can have ties to the South. However, you don't necessarily have to know someone that is in the South. For what I'm getting in this reading, someone that is associated with Constantine is also going through a similar situation. Now, you could be someone that has a clear ability. However, this could be a third party associated with someone else. Now, what I'm getting from this reading is that you have a lot of past life issues that are affecting you currently. However, you may not believe that it is. And because of this, things are being thrown off. Now, a Dhamman may have approached you and you didn't know that was what he is. And because of this, your energy could be chaotic and the individuals in your environment as well. Now, what I'm picking up is you had some sort of engagement that doesn't necessarily have to have a contract tied to it. However, the person that you were engaging with has one. And because of this, a master of ceremony may have not shown up, as well as a foe attempted to link you to something indirectly. Now, you could be an individual that someone feels is a guiding light. And because of this, in the near future, a Sinki is surely going to appear. However, currently, they could be thinking of how to encounter you, or vice versa. Now, a smart watch or a smart device has something to do with a cross communication. However, you're not associating it with a frequency that is jumbled up and someone's attempt to monitor you. What I'm also picking up is those that are able to view these readings are beings that ascended, and because of this, someone feels like they can control your thoughts and your words. Now, you could be someone that is experiencing energies attempting to direct your speech, and because of this, in the coming months, things that were brought out are going to be placed back, in their rightful place. Now, for some, their rightful place is a black hole. And for another, this is talking about someone being present in a portal. Now, some of you are aware that there is more portals than the Lion's Gate. However, the biggest one thus far is the Lion's Gate. Now, what I'm getting is someone's going to speak a truth that could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. You also have to keep in mind that if you are in your rightful energy, you are operating out of your North Node. And if you are someone that has indeed ascended, you're definitely in your North Node placement. Now, someone with some sort of device and a divination tool is certainly attempting to misguide you as well as send distorted energy towards your sleeping place and your workstation. And due to this happening, you're able to redirect that energy simply by saying it's reversed. Now, when enough beings start saying it, the individuals that are involved are going to feel it. Read that. Show me what it is I need to see. Now, you in a certain love choice could be bumping heads. However, they don't necessarily have to be someone that you view as a counterpart. For some, this has something to do with a past life enemy that could currently be a frenemy and or someone that you have a karmic tie with. Now, for most, this involves the power of 3. However, this could also be a masculine energy attempting to say that they are with you, as well as a male portraying themselves as a female. Now, for those that are inquiring, this has nothing to do with the LGBTQIA community. However, they may opt to say that they are in it, and because of this, they're showing up as distorted. Now, this individual is not aware that people that are from that community know exactly what they're into. However, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that this certain individual is going to attempt to use your words against you and say that you were involved in something that you were not. Now, what I'm also getting for you is that an individual that you felt you were in love with in the past is now seeing things clearly in regards to why you approached them and the reason for their upheaval. And due to this energy being so thrown off, something is going to get illuminated in the near future. Now, in regards to a friends with benefits scenario, you may not be aware, or this person isn't currently, that you are marrying someone that felt like they could mask themselves in your energy, as well as someone that wanted to be you. And because of this, a mirror is telling. Now, you could be someone that does affirmations in the mirror, and or an individual that is attempting to say that they are you is using some form of mirror magic. Now, what I'm also getting is an incident from your past or a certain individual that is attempting to act as if they are you currently was involved in something drastic. And because of this, they're currently feeling it. Now, somebody may want you to feel ashamed about something that you said or something that they said you did. And because it was a fib, they're not able to make guilt or fear stick to you. Now, what I'm getting intuitively is this is someone that knows you very well. Now, for some of you that share accounts, you could be dealing with someone that monitors you on an app or a tracking device. And if you feel like this is you, getting a one-on-one reading with me is exactly what you need, because little details like where this person is from and what their motive is surely going to come out. Now, a saying that we all know as mirror, mirror on the wall has a lot to do with this. However, what you're not aware of is that that mirror fell. And because it fell, it shattered. Now, what that is talking about is the breaking of a binding. Now, for some, there could have been some form of confrontation where something got broken. However, what I'm picking up for a specific individual, the energy that attempted to do something while you were asleep is the one that broke something. Now, you may have heard something hit the ground and wondered, was it your neighbor's house? Or a neighbor associated with a third party heard some form of altercation that started with your name. Now, somebody may feel like moving on is how they let go of a certain karmic energy. However, if these are the individuals that initiated it, it's not that simple. So that brings me back to what I was talking about earlier in regards to a past life enemy. For those that are aware of incarnation, this is talking about something that happened to you while you were asleep. And when you awoke, you were in the same place, but in a different universe. Now, you may be feeling like this is a fairy tale. However, for those that go through it, it is not. Now, what I'm also getting is someone is attempting to research alternate universes and parallel universes. However, the information that they're getting is limited, and this is because it hasn't been written yet. Now, for those that are familiar with the saying, human being, it implies a dual energy. However, for most of us, we feel like it's one and the same. However, if you are a being, that's a strong indication that you are present in a multitude of dimensions and universes, all at the same time. And one example of this is the action thriller, The One. And because of this, your perception is different from theirs. And what that entails is you are able to see things from a multitude of directions, and someone that considers themselves a human is not. Now, you could be hearing a lot of individuals say that they are beings, and this is because of the information coming from this platform and the understanding surrounding what takes place with beings. Now, what I'm picking up is, in the near future, someone's going to stand firm on their word. Now, this could involve a Queen of Swords energy and not necessarily an air sign, or someone's going to speak a truth about a Queen of Swords energy and not necessarily an air sign. And when they say what they need to say, they're going to move on. Now, what I'm also getting is the saying, birds of a feather flock together. And what that entails is a group of individuals feel like if they do something the same way as another did that ended up in an upheaval, they're going to have a different result. And that is not the case. Now, what I'm also getting is someone is experiencing all type of issues when it comes down to do with their work. And this is because someone wants to keep you in bondage. Now, what I also feel is an illumination that started with a thought is going to come to surface. And when it does, you're going to realize that someone that said, I love you, is a thumbin. And that doesn't necessarily mean that they are bad. However, for this particular individual, it certainly does mean that. Now, you may have seen a reading that highlighted someone wanting you or a third party to sit really close to them. And what this is talking about is clairaudience. These type of beings are individuals that feel like they can read your mind. However, this particular one feels like if you're close to them, they're able to pick you up clearly. And this is because of a partnership that they have with other beings that are like them and their ascension. Now, you could be asking, what type of ascension involves a daman? These particular damans are individuals that went through a deworming and parasite removal. And when they went through this, they were able to connect with others that are similar. Now, if you feel like you are an angel, it's important for you to understand that these particular beings have dominated Earth for billions of years. And because of this, we have paintings like the famous one with Archangel Michael. Now, some are not aware that that particular painting is highlighting a spiritual W that involved ghouls. And because they are ghouls, that means they have interconnectivity. Now, you could be wondering what interconnectivity is. Now, I'm going to tell you that interconnectivity resembles clairaudience through and through. However, it is also partnered with groupthink. And because of this, what this individual is experiencing is a multitude of beings speaking all at once. Now, for some, you have not encountered this type of ascension. However, for many of those that consider themselves spiritual beings, they have, even if they aren't saying anything currently about what they're hearing or what they heard. Now, if you are a reader viewing this, what you may notice is when you attempt to concentrate on your cards, you experience some type of issue involving your focus. And this is because someone wants you to be thrown off. But not only that, they want to be able to say that they are you. And what this is hinting to is signs of a destiny swap. Now, for some, when I say that these individuals want to be able to say that they are you, this entails them wanting to talk to other beings in their mind as if they are you. However, what I'm getting is they are not able to do so. And this is because the ones that they're attempting to bind did not go through that type of ascension. Now, what that means for those of us that have, this is talking about a spiritual W. And this is the reason why we have Satan, Constantine, and Azrael coming out in this reading, because these are the type of archangels that deal with these type of beings. Now, what I'm also picking up is, at a burial ceremony, someone that you were in cahoots with, or possibly a third party was, had a lot to say about something that they seen on an app. And because they were so upfront with what they were saying, you knew that this individual had also ascended. Now, how that plays a part with all of us as a whole is that these are the individuals that attempted to bind you, me, and several other beings in a past life. And for some, they were effective at doing so. Now, you could be an individual that believes cartoons mimic real life, and this is a true feeling. However, some may feel like it doesn't, and because of this, this is telling me that that part of their mind is not open yet. Now, when we talk about these type of ascensions, it has a lot to do with parts of your pineal gland opening up. And when they open up, you start to hear things, tones, frequencies, and other beings in other galaxies. Now, if you are aware of spiritual gifts, then you're certainly aware that these things are possible. And because you are aware of that, a GPS monitoring system is also something that these individuals use to locate your whereabouts or whomever this is whereabouts. And this has a lot to do with a joint account and an app that they are using that you are not knowledgeable of. And because you do not know what type of app this is telling me that this is hidden on this person's device. Now, it could be a smart device. However, what I'm picking up is, for most, this is a cellular device. Now, in regards to moving on effectively, someone that knows they were into something that they shouldn't have been is going to say that they are free. And this is because this is what this individual is hearing in their mind currently. However, that is not the case, because this type of karma does not entail you getting away scot-free. However, they may feel like it does. I'm being guided to end this here. Deuces. What is your name? What is your name? Sergisias Etha.